Good morning, boys and girls and mummies and daddies. I hope you all are being very safe at home right now and you have been washing your hands. Please take a seat somewhere very, very comfortable in your home. Maybe it's your sofa or your bed or just a very nice chair, and we are going to begin today's storytelling session. My name is Storyteller Athena, and today I'm going to be the storyteller, and all of you at home are going to be my little listeners. And today, I'm going to be telling the story of the Magic Paintbrush. But before I begin telling the story today, I think we should all do some stretching together to get all of our energies up. So, can we all together raise our hands up? And now can we all stretch to our right like this? Let's stretch. Very good. And now let's get our other hand and let's stretch to the left. And let's go stretch. Ooh, that's very good, boys and girls. And now, I think we can all stretch in front. So can we get both of our hands up like this? Very good. And let's, on a count of 3, stretch in front. And let's see who can stretch the furthest in front, all right? 1, 2, 3, stretch. Very good. And now, we are going to be singing the Storytime Song. But don't worry if you don't know this song. All you have to do is listen and follow as I do. But before we do that, can we all raise our hands up one more time? And can we all shake our hands very, very, very fast on top of our heads? Let's shake and 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 shake. And now, can we shake our hands in front of us? Or can we shake it very, very slow this time? And let's shake and shake and shake and shake. And now can we shake our hands to our left? But can we shake it even faster this time? Fastest shake ever. And let's shake and 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 shake. And now can we shake it to the right? And let's shake it very, very slow, boys and girls. All right? And let's shake and shake and shake. And now can we shake our hands in front of us, but very, very fast, even faster this time. And let's shake and 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 shake. Very good, boys and girls. And before we sing the storytelling song, let's all rub our hands together like this. Let's warm our hands up to get ready to sing the storytime song. So now let's rub and rub and rub and rub and rub and rub. And now let's rub and rub very slowly. And let's go very, very fast. And let's rub and rub and rub and rub and rub and rub. Are your hands all warm enough at home? Very good. And now can we clap our hands together? And let's open it like a book next to us. And let's clap it again. And now let's open it like a book next to us one more time. And can we sing, it's story time today, it's story time today. Hey ho, it's story time, and let's be on our way. Very good. Now that was the first part of the storytime song. And now I'm going to teach you the second section of the song. So now, can we put our hands next to our ears, and can we have a very good listen around the room? Very good. And now let's put our other hand next to our other ears like this. And now let's have another good listen around the room. What sounds do you hear around your room, boys and girls? Very good. And now can we sing? Are you listening? Are you listening? Hey ho, it's story time, and let's be on our way. Good job. Now we are going to learn the final third part of the song. So for this, can we all get our hand up like this? And can we put our hand on top of our eyebrows? And now let's look around the room. Very good. And now let's get our other hand like this. And let's put it on top of our eyebrows similarly. And let's all look around the room. What things can you see around your room, boys and girls? Can you point out 3 things that you see around your room? Very good. And now can we sing, are you sitting down? Are you sitting down? Hey ho, it's story be on our way. Very good, boys and girls. We have just learned the entire Storytime Song. So now, I think that we are all ready to sing the Storytime Song together with the actions, and let's all sing very loudly. So, one more time, can we get our hands up in the air? Let's shake and shake and shake and shake and shake. And can we sing, it's story time today, it's story time today. Hey ho, it's story time and let's be on our way. Are you listening? Are you listening? Hey ho, it's story time and let's be on our way. Are you sitting down? Are you sitting down? Hey ho, it's story time and let's be on our way. Good job, boys and girls. Let's give ourselves a round of applause. Now, boys and girls, have you ever seen a painting come to life before? Well, I've never seen a painting come to life before, but today I'm going to be telling you a story of a paintbrush that could bring all paintings to life. Now, once upon a time in a little village in China, there lived a little boy named Ma Liang. And Ma Liang was a very kind and generous boy. And Ma Liang's favorite thing to do was to draw. Now, he loved to draw so much that he drew on everything. He drew on the walls, he drew on the floors, and he even drew on all of his clothes. But one thing that Ma Liang had always wanted to do was to paint. But in that little village that Ma Liang lived in, only the wealthy children were able to afford paintbrushes and painting lessons. Now, one night while Ma Liang was fast asleep, Ma Liang went, boys and girls, let's all fall asleep like Ma Liang together. So can we all get our hands like this, like a little pillow, and let's all fall asleep and let's make some sleeping sounds together. And while Ma Liang was fast asleep, he had a dream. And in that dream, he met an old man. Now this old man, he had winter white hair, he had a very wrinkled face, and he had a long white beard. And this old man gave Ma Liang a paintbrush. He gave Ma Liang a magic paintbrush. And this paintbrush had a long, slim, golden handle, as well as some gray, fine bristles. And this old man told Ma Liang to use that magic paintbrush to help other people. And the very next morning, when Ma Liang woke up, there in his hands was the magic paintbrush. Ma Liang was so excited to finally have his first paintbrush. He had wanted a paintbrush for all of his life, and now he finally had one. And he was so excited, he immediately wanted to paint something. And so he ran to get a piece of paper, and he wanted to paint something. So he thought, and he thought, and he thought, what should his first painting be? And he decided he was going to paint a bird. And so he picked up his magic paintbrush. Boys and girls, if you have a paintbrush at home as well, you can grab your paintbrush and you can paint together with Ma Liang. So Ma Liang picked up his magic paintbrush and he began to paint the head of the bird, and he painted the body of the bird, and he painted 2 wings of the bird, and he painted a very sharp beak for the bird. And in that moment, that painting of the bird came to life, and the bird began to flap her wings and she flew away. Ma Liang had never seen a painting come to life before. So that paintbrush must have been filled with magic. Oh, Ma Liang was so excited, he wanted to paint something else so that he could see it come to life again. And so he ran to grab another piece of paper, and yet again, he picked up his magic paintbrush. Boys and girls, let's all pick up our paintbrush together. But if you don't have a paintbrush, you can just hold one like this. And now, Ma Liang was thinking, what should I paint this time? I'm feeling a little bit hungry. And so Ma Liang decided he was going to paint a red, juicy apple. And so he picked up his magic paintbrush and he painted the shape of the apple. He painted the little lines on the apple. And finally, he painted a bright red color for the juicy, juicy fruit. And in that moment, the apple came to life and appeared right in front of Ma Liang. Oh, Ma Liang was so excited, he immediately took a big bite out of the apple. Boys and girls, can we all get our apple like this in our hands? And let's all take a very, very big bite out of it. And And that apple was the sweetest, most juiciest apple that Ma Liang had ever eaten. And all of a sudden, Ma Liang remembered what the old man told him to use the magic paintbrush for in his dreams. Boys and girls, do you all remember what the old man told him to use the magic paintbrush for? Yes, the old man told Ma Liang to use the magic paintbrush to help the people in his village. And so that's what Ma Liang did. He immediately put on his hat and he put on his shoes. Boys and girls, let's all put on our hat and shoes together. So let's all get our hat and let's put it on our head. And now let's put on our shoes. Very good. And Ma Liang began to walk and walk and walk under the sweltering hot sun. And he walked and walked and walked and he sang, "A walking we will go, a walking we will go. Hey ho, a merry-o, a walking we will go. A walking we will go, a walking we will go. Hey ho, a merry-o, a walking we will go." And Ma Liang walked all the way until he reached the fields in the village. And it had not rained for many, many months in the village. So all of the trees and the plants on the field were dry and they were shriveled and they were all dead. And so Ma Liang thought hard. He thought and he thought and he thought. Boys and girls, can we all think like Ma Liang together? Let's all get our hands up like this and let's all think and think and think about what we can paint to help that dry field. And Ma Liang had a brilliant plan. He was going to paint a river. And so he picked up his magic paintbrush and he began by painting the sides of the river. And he painted many fishes and many plants inside the river. And finally, he finished off the painting by painting in the clear strokes of the water in the river. And in that moment, the river came to life and the water began to flow and all of the people working very, very hard on the field were able to water their crops once again. And next, Ma Liang began to walk and walk again. And so he went, "A walking we will go, a walking we will go. Hey ho, a merry-o, a walking we will go. A walking we will go, a walking we will go. Hey ho, a merry-o, a walking we will go." Boys and girls, let's all sing that walking song together. So let's all get our hands up like this. And let's, "A walking we will go, a walking we will go. Hey ho, a merry-o, a walking we will go. A walking we will go, a walking we will go. Hey ho, a merry-o, a walking we will go." And Ma Liang walked all the way until he reached the village houses. And the people in those houses, they were all so hungry. All of the children, all of the adults, and all of the elderly. Everybody was so hungry, for they had not had enough food to eat for many, many months. And all of their tummies went goo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Boys and girls, can we all make the hungry tummy sounds together? Goo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. And so Ma Liang thought hard once again. He thought and he thought and he thought, what should I draw for these hungry people? And he came up with a brilliant plan once again. And so he picked up his magic paintbrush and he began to paint bowls and bowls and bowls of sweet, delicious fruit. He drew all types of fruits. Boys and girls, what are some of your favorite fruits? Yes, Ma Liang painted all of those fruits. He painted juicy oranges. He also painted some very sweet bananas. He also painted some very nice strawberries. And in that moment, all of those plates and bowls of fruits came to life and they appeared right in front of those people. And next, Ma Liang also wanted to draw plates and plates and plates of delicious steamed buns. He painted some chicken steamed buns. He painted some yam steamed buns. He also painted some red bean steamed buns. And in that moment, all of those steamed buns came to life and appeared in front of those people. And those hungry people all went up to Ma Liang and they took a fruit or a steamed bun each. Boys and girls, let's all get a fruit in our hand. And let's all get a steamed bun in our other hand. And let's all eat together and let's eat and eat and eat. And those hungry people ate and ate and ate until they were no longer hungry. And they were all so thankful for Ma Liang for his magic paintbrush and also for his kindness. But in that village, there lived a greedy rich man. And that greedy rich man heard about Ma Liang's magic paintbrush and he wanted the magic paintbrush for himself. And so this greedy rich man ordered all of his servants to break into Ma Liang's house to steal his magic paintbrush. Servants, I want all of you to break into Ma Liang's house to steal the magic paintbrush. I want the magic paintbrush for myself. And of course, those servants were very afraid of the greedy rich man, and so they obeyed. And so they ran and ran and ran and ran all the way until they reached Ma Liang's house. Boys and girls, can we all run together with those servants? Let's all run and run and run and run and run and run. Very good. And when those servants reached Ma Liang's house, they very quietly opened his door and they began to crawl and they tiptoed and they whispered. Shh! Boys and girls, can we all do that together? So let's all get our hands up very, very quietly and let's all crawl and let's all tiptoe and let's all, with our hands like this, let's all whisper. Shh. And when those servants entered his house, they went into Ma Liang's room and they tried to look for the magic paintbrush. And they looked, and they looked, and they looked. Boys and girls, let's all look for the paintbrush together. So let's all look, and look, and look. And all of a sudden, one of the servants found the magic paintbrush. It was hidden under Ma Liang's pillow. And so the servant, he very carefully and very quietly slipped the magic paintbrush out from underneath his pillow. And the servants, they began to make their way all the way back to the palace once again, and they ran and ran and ran and ran and ran and ran and ran. Boys and girls, let's see who can run the fastest this time. So let's all run and 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 run. Very good. And now they reached the palace. They all gave the greedy rich man the magic paintbrush. And this greedy rich man was so happy to have the magic paintbrush. And so he immediately took a piece of paper and he wanted to paint lots and lots of riches for himself. So he picked up the magic paintbrush and he began to paint shiny gold bars. He painted shimmering silver coins. And he painted crystal clear diamonds. But nothing happened. The painting did not come to life. The greedy rich man was starting to get angry, but he wanted to try again. And so he got another piece of paper and he began to paint shiny gold bars and shimmering silver coins, and he painted crystal clear diamonds. But boys and girls, do you think the painting came to life? Of course not. So the greedy rich man started to get very, very angry, but he wanted to try again. And so he got another piece of paper and he began to paint shiny gold bars, and he painted shimmering silver coins, and he painted crystal clear diamonds. But the painting did not come to life. Oh, the greedy rich man was so angry, he stomped his foot and he threw the magic paintbrush on the floor. And then he ordered his servants one more time. Servants, I want all of you to break into Ma Liang's house and bring Ma Liang to this palace. I want him to draw anything that I want. And of course, those servants, they were afraid of the greedy rich man, and so they obeyed. And this time, they ran even faster to Ma Liang's house, and they all ran through fields, and they climbed over mountains, and they swam through rivers to get to Ma Liang's house. Boys and girls, let's all do that together. So let's all get our hands up like this, and let's walk through fields, and let's climb over mountains, and let's all swim through rivers to get to Ma Liang's house. And when they arrived at Ma Liang's house, this time they crashed through his door and they woke him up. And one of the servants said, Ma Liang, wake up right this moment. Oh, the greedy rich man wants to see you. And poor Ma Liang, he was awoken from his sleep, and he was so scared. What was going on? And of course, Ma Liang was so afraid, and so he followed those servants back to the palace, and once again, they walked through fields, and they climbed over hills, and they swam through rivers to get back to the palace. Boys and girls, can we all do that together one more time? Let's all walk through fields, and let's all climb over mountains, and let's swim through the water, and let's see who can swim the fastest. Let's swim and swim and swim. Very good. And now Ma Liang has reached the palace. Oh, the greedy rich man, he was so angry by this point. Ma Liang, I want you to paint me everything that I tell you to. And if you don't, I will lock you up in prison and you will never, ever come out. But poor Ma Liang, do you all boys and girls think that he wanted to help the greedy rich man to paint? Of course he didn't want to help the greedy rich man, and so Ma Liang had to think very, very fast, and so he thought and thought and he thought. Boys and girls, can we all think very fast together with Ma Liang? Let's all get our thinking fingers up, and let's all think and think and think and think and think and think. And Ma Liang, he came up with a very, very clever plan. And then the greedy rich man said, Ma Liang, I want you to draw me a tall golden mountain so I can get all of the gold and riches that I want. And so Ma Liang, he picked up his magic paintbrush and he began to paint and paint and paint and paint. But instead of his paintbrush going upwards to draw the mountain, his paintbrush went sideways. And Ma Liang painted wave after wave after wave. And Ma Liang started to paint a deep blue ocean. And when the greedy rich man saw that, oh, he was not happy at all. Ma Liang, I told you to paint me a tall golden mountain. Why are you painting the sea? Now stop painting the sea and draw me my golden mountain. And so Ma Liang, he picked up his magic paintbrush and he began to paint and paint and paint. But instead of painting the mountain on this end of the ocean, Ma Liang painted it very, very, very deep and far away, deep inside the ocean. And so he painted the tall golden mountain very far away from the greedy rich man. And when the greedy rich man saw this, oh, he was not happy at all. Ma Liang, why did you paint my golden mountain so far away? How am I supposed to get there? Now, quickly, paint me a big white boat so I can get to my golden mountain. And so, that's what Ma Liang did. He picked up his magic paintbrush and he painted a very nice, big white boat for the greedy rich man. And in that moment, all of those paintings came to life, and the greedy rich man hopped into the white boat and he began to sail all the way to the tall golden mountain. But before the greedy rich man reached his tall golden mountain, Ma Liang very quickly picked up his magic paintbrush one more time and he began to paint. And he painted and painted and painted, and this time he painted a very, very tall wave, the biggest wave that anyone has ever seen. And he painted that wave so big. And in that moment, that wave came to life and it swept the greedy rich man off of his boat so hard that the greedy rich man was never seen ever again. And that was the end of the greedy rich man. Oh, all of the servants were so happy and thankful for Ma Liang. But Ma Liang still remembered what the old man told him to use his magic paintbrush for in his dreams. And so he began to walk and walk and walk and walk, and he walked back all the way to the village houses, and he began to paint. He painted a head, he painted some scales, and he painted some fins. Boys and girls, do you all know what Ma Liang was painting? Yes, he was painting lots and lots of fish for all of those village people. And he painted lots and lots of fishes that they all came to life, and those village people had fish after fish after fish to eat all day, and they never ever went hungry ever again. And all of those people were always so thankful for Ma Liang's magic paintbrush. The end. Thank you, boys and girls, so much for listening to the story of the magic paintbrush. But before we go, it is time for us to all sing the Storytime Goodbye song. So, can we all get our hands up one more time like this? And don't worry if you don't know it. All you have to do is listen and do as I do. So let's all get our hands up. And let's rub our hands together one more time to warm our hands up again. And let's all sing, story time is over now. Story time is over now. Story time is over now. It's time to say goodbye. Goodbye, friends, it's time to go. Goodbye, friends, it's time to go. Goodbye, friends, it's time to go. It's time to say goodbye. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening to my story. Now, we are going to have lots more online storytelling sessions for you. So mummies and daddies, please be sure to follow our Instagram over here, as well as our Facebook page, as well as to subscribe to our YouTube channel over here to keep up with all of our stay-home storytelling sessions. And mummies and daddies, if you have any photos of your children listening to these online storytelling sessions, do be sure to post those photos and tag us on all of these platforms. Thank you so much, boys and girls. Stay safe, have a good day, and see you soon!